Hey guys, okay, so Grand Theft Auto 5 just came out today. Probably not the day that you're actually listening to this, but the day in which we are recording this. It is Tuesday the 17th, and Grand Theft Auto 5 just came out, and we've been playing it, I don't know, we played like 5 or 6 hours today.
Yeah, I think between all of us, we put in, 5.2 hours.
It says that right on the screen or something?
Yeah, I saw stats, so...
Okay, well anyway, that's great radio.
Yeah. No, not even
4 hours, 51
almost 5
minutes.
hours.
Okay,
Almost
well,
5
we'll hit
hours.
5 hours soon. So anyway, so what do you guys think so far? Joel, since you are holding the controller and laying down for everyone who isn't watching the video,
Should we describe our expedition to pick it up first?
go ahead.
Yeah, so we're definitely on vacation at the beach, at the Outer Banks. Got up at 6:15 in the morning, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
6:15.
we left at 6:15.
Yeah. Went to Walmart, got in line, and picked it up early, like a bunch of nerds on vacation.
Because there was anywhere close to here, there were no GameStops or anything else. And the Walmart here, it's so podunk that they're not a 24-hour Walmart. They are a 7 to midnight.
Open when they want to.
Yeah. You just accept it.
And while we were not like in line, we were hanging out with a group of people waiting to get it out of the case. A police officer walked up, and we assumed he was there for like security or something else like that. But nope, turns out he was just there to get his police murder simulator before he went off to work. So.
He's saving it for later, don't worry.
But yeah, so we got it. We brought it back. We've been playing it. Joel, what are you thinking so far? What are your first thoughts?
Well, it's the first time playing on an Xbox for a GTA game. So, it feels cool. It feels really smooth. It's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. Like, frame rate wise. The controls are uber tight. You don't feel like you're running around like a boat.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, the player
so-
mechanics I think are a lot.
Yeah, it feels a
improved.
lot better. But I mean, the 4 I just had a blast with, and it feels really familiar, but the world feels a little bit more real this time.
Yeah, well, 4 was like it was kind of all the same. It felt like a lot of it, like it was all drab and city.
It was almost
lighting.
mostly like, kind of reminded me of Detroit for some reason.
Yeah,
It had
it's
kind of
like
a blue
better-
tint,
Would
and
have been a better Detroit.
mostly just city and like water.
And that stupid brown filter
Yeah,
over everything. Everything was just
It
brown.
was brown. I thought it was bluish, but
no, it was pretty brown. But
Yeah.
probably my TV.
Well, you were way off. From brown to blue.
I would say the driving's a lot better.
It's different, but it is better.
Like before, you pretty much couldn't get up to speed and maintain speed because you'd be just sliding all over the place.
You'd be
immediately.
fishtailing just for
yeah,
speed.
you'd fishtail immediately just because of speed because all the suspensions were.
Well, that's because
floaty,
you
but
play
now-
with a keyboard.
No,
controller's
I
a
played
little
with a
bit more
controller
advanced.
first, and then I played it with a mouse and keyboard. And
You just suck at the controller then.
it was crappy. It was always crappy. The driving was always crappy.
The driving was always fun.
Yeah, so the cars, they handled better in 4 than San Andreas. It was like a totally new handling model. And it's the same handling model, just way tweaked for 5. And I think it's a lot better in 5.
Yeah, the cars handle better.
Everything felt much, much better.
I was saying, I still like the slippy motorcycles in the first one that were just ridiculous. But I don't know why I thought it was fun because it was so like really hard to drive. But when you got so fast, you were just like out of control. It just like flew off everything.
Still not as bad as bicycles in Arma 2.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting for that experience, but I haven't played enough.
The world is really like, it feels like a real city.
Yeah, it
much
feels
more
really
than
good.
any of the others ever have. And I think it's very populated. Like there's
It's more
tons of-
believable.
Yeah, there's street signs and power lines, and I guess they figured out how to tweak the system enough where they can have those resources everywhere on the map.
I heard they actually gave each individual AI character a real soul.
It was pretty expensive.
No one in this game has a soul.
Yeah, that's true.
Including the players.
But yeah, I mean, and the graphics, like the models, I wouldn't say are really improved that much, but the animations definitely are, and the lighting model is way
Yeah.
better. I think the textures are probably better, but they're just so downscaled to work on the 360. I think when we
Actually-
see it on the PS4 or the Xbox One or the PC, you'll see like the
Yeah.
actual texture work that they've done in the game.
A lot of textures are downright muddy. Like
Yeah,
really
some of the,
just
especially when you get like
over.
on the mountain, there's like one tree every couple hundred square feet, and
Yeah.
the texture's like the same thing repeating over and over. But I mean, for all that, they considering like how old the 360 is, they've done a ton on this system. Like it runs
The fact
pretty
that it's
smoothly.
running at all is impressive.
Yeah, it's just obvious they had to make some concessions
Yeah.
in a couple places, but yeah, it's not a big deal.
And a lot of aliasing too. But that's expected. It's a last gen game here at the end of the console's life, so.
Mhm.
You can't spare the
I'm
over.
expecting like when the Xbox One come out, the Xbox 360 actually just dies, and it's like, goodbye, guys.
No, they can't because that's what they told everybody. Like, if you don't like the always online features, we make a product for those consumers.
well,
The
they
Xbox
changed it
360.
around, so
I
guess
know.
it doesn't matter.
But
But it's actually gonna do like Cartman from like South Park when he's like, "Going away, guys, going away," and he like walks backward. Have you seen that episode? It's
No.
amazing. It's so funny because he's like, "Bye, guys." He's got like hands like this. He like starts walking back. He's like, "Oh, I'm not going away." He for some reason think he's gonna die. Like, it's funny.
Goodbye,
That's what the Xbox is
360.
gonna do. It's just gonna like slowly turn off. It's like, doo-doo-doo.
There are gun attachments for people who are into that. We're definitely into that. You can get shotgun suppressors. You can get like suppressors, tack lights, paint
I
jobs.
was most excited about the extended clips.
Yeah, extended clips on everything. Did you also notice how like the MP5, the magazine was like an inch and a half deep, like pretty much not enough room to fit anything in it.
Perfect.
But you know,
Magic bullets.
the guns they handle pretty much the same as they did in 4. I think. I mean, I don't.
The shooting does feel more like Max Payne 3, which was much improved on GTA 4. The lock-on system, the cover, the way that characters react when they're hit is much more like Max Payne 3, which was excellent. Like, there's a lot of weight to the shots when you hit a character, and it may not be super realistic, but it really helps you emotionally connect.
It's more fun. And the cars, you can. It's like a lot of the same models that were in Grand Theft Auto 4, which makes sense because they're
Same
both-
time period.
Yeah, they're both the same time period, but they've added more car models, and the ones that are in there seem to be prettied up some.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the handling is all better, and you can customize them. You can do actual customization now, like spoilers and engine mods, and I mean it's pretty much all the mods you can really do in like a Need for Speed game or the
Yeah.
older Need for Speed games. But you can do it in here. We of course don't have enough money and haven't played long enough to be able to tell if you can really, how big of a difference those mods actually make. But they're fun.
Yeah.
Um,
You just basically brush the surface of all of it, but it looks
Yeah.
to be pretty deep. It's
Yeah, we've only played I think 4 or 5 missions, so
But the missions, so wouldn't you say they're a lot better than any of the previous GTA missions? Because all the previous ones have been like drive here, kill this person, and leave.
yeah.
Like, that's
Grand
it.
Theft Auto 4 only had I think a few boat missions, and I know that already this game already has a boatload of various boat missions.
A boatload of boat missions.
Boatload of boat missions.
nailed it.
Like there's, I saw in the IGN review the one going down some river or something like that, leaping and jumping, and like so.
I
it's
found
gonna
that
be
actually by
awesome.
accident. I was free roaming. And I wanted to go across this mountain range, and I was at that big lake. I was like, "Hey, look! There's a small river that just kind of goes off the side." I started following it. I got caught in a bunch of rapids, like going through a canyon. I was able to follow it all the way through the mountain range to like the end. It was awesome. Like I stuck
That's
a
cool.
bunch of times, but
We found the gondola shed that was making the rounds on the internet. People trying to figure out how tall the mountain was.
it's a gondola shed.
It's a gondola shed. It's very, very high, though. We got up there with a 4-wheeler, which appears to be the best off-road vehicle in the game. And yeah, it's very high. There's not much to do up there. But
It was hilarious though because I beat someone to death for their money to use for the binoculars to look out over the mountain, and within 30 seconds, despite the fact that it took me like 10 minutes to get up there myself, the cop showed up in 30 seconds and chased me down this narrow, winding mountain dirt road. And I was like barely maintaining my vehicle from it just exploding off the edge. And as I raced down the side of the mountain, there's like cop cars flipping past me and like flying off the cliff. I don't know how they got up there so fast, but it was a pretty sweet chase back down.
the cops they're really aggressive now. Like if you have a couple stars, they don't just chase you and yell at you and shoot at you. They actually use driving techniques to try to pin you in and stop you. Like they'll get one in front of you, one behind you, and then try to pinch you in.
Yeah.
And they're really not shy about ramming you from behind and stuff. They're not though. I mean that's the
There's
thing.
gotta be a better way to say that.
The long gloved arm of the law is not afraid to get up in there.
Actually, that's one of my favorite improvements from playing the game so far.
The long gloved arm of the law.
I love the long arm of the law. It's the cop AI.
Fought the law and everyone won. Sorry.
Good night,
you were
guys.
saying?
The cop AI is so much better. They feel like actual cops versus the suicide, death, ramming machines that all of the previous GTAs had. Even when they ram you, they're not just smashing into you just because they've gotten close enough. It's like they're trying to pit you or knock you into something or get you to go somewhere. The way that they actually pull up behind you, and they don't just ram you when you stop your car. Like they stop back behind you and like get out with their guns drawn, and the chases and all just feel much more realistic. A lot of fun.
It also seems like they've gone. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first Grand Theft Auto where there's only 5 wanted levels.
Yeah, I think so.
There were, as far as I know, there's always been 6. Now they're down to 5. But
take it back, send it back. Took a star.
Not that that's really that big a deal, but there's the airport back. So for everyone,
well, I think they're more. It's like you have more real estate. Like it's like why have 6 stars when you could just easily make like, because like usually if you're gonna get a star, you're probably gonna get 2. So it's like they probably just got rid of like that small detail of level of how many.
If for anyone wondering, you can go out and leave the first city at any time. Like you can just go cruise out the countryside. It's not like the previous GTA games where they kept you pinned in and like you'd get a wanted level if you tried to leave. You can leave, no restrictions. We got a jet, flew around some.
I rolled it into a stadium immediately the first time.
The second jet went a lot better.
Right into the ground.
But we've flown the small Lear jets. They're pretty good. So what else?
Let's see.
The countryside, I actually like running into just the random cabins and stuff because there is less dense detail, but when you do find stuff that's pretty cool, like I came across this little cabin out in the woods with some guys like out on the front porch drinking a beer.
Oh yeah, one of those dancing.
The radio was going, he was dancing. And I found another cabin later where they were just having a beer, like looking at me, and I hopped their fence, and the one guy's like stands up out of his chair and is like, "What do you think you're doing?" So I punched him in the face and stole his wallet.
You punched with the people's fist.
Fist. Oh my god.
The main punch is like the guy, especially if you're running, he like hops up in the air and does this big swinging haymaker that you could totally see coming from a mile away.
It's so slow.
It's so slow, but it just knocks people out cold. Like they don't stumble and fall down, and you hit them and they just like drop like a bag of rocks. It's good.
Yeah, it's really satisfying. Like I find myself whenever I spawn at a hospital and someone like sidles by and they're like on their cell phone and they kind of give me a side look. I'm like, "Do you want me to punch you in the face? This is a lot of fun."
You're obviously asking.
Yeah,
for it.
was that a look? Pow.
So the question is, boys, will this game cause real physical violence?
No.
I'm feeling pretty violent right now, actually, because you have the controller. And
I stopped
don't.
after I played it for 4 hours. I went to drive outside, like I got in my car and I drove, and I wasn't tempted to speed or crash into anything. So I don't know if that counts.
How many cops did you kill when you went out for lunch?
I didn't kill any this time.
Beat him to an inch of your life.
I like how you're just like, I didn't kill any. I didn't finish him off.
Death is a fluid concept. Can we really die, guys? Could I really kill him?
Because if so, yeah, I got a lot.
No, it's good. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to get it on the PS3 or just wait for the PC version. Like, I want to get it and play it now. I know I'm going to get it on the PC when that comes out anyway for the mods, because the mods just totally make it a new game.
Yeah.
I mean, the LCPD mod for this is going to be amazing, I'm sure.
Yeah, the new patrol cars, just graphically, are much
They're
cooler.
awesome.
The lights and sounds are
The
really authentic.
LCP Patrol.
LCP, you know what LCPD is?
It's the cop
Liberty
mod.
City Police Department First Response mod. You can play as an actual police officer. Don't say it like that. It's fun. There's like domestic disturbances.
I'm not a mod guy, so...
There's domestic disturbances and there's shootouts. I usually shoot everybody no matter what. Like traffic stop, domestic disturbance.
So you've seen me play it before.
Arresting
Yeah,
people
I
is
know what you're talking
funny.
about.
Arresting people doesn't work a lot of the time.
Yeah,
So-
well, it's all scripts on top of the game, and it's a bajillion scripts, so...
I tried to get the Iron Man mod to load on top of that, so you could be Iron Man, the protector of Liberty City, and like
The
knowing all the names.
protector.
But it doesn't. I couldn't get it to work. But I'm sure the mod's gonna be great for that. I'll probably buy this for the PS3 and beat it, and then just sell it, and then when it comes out on the PC, buy that, and everyone else will probably be getting that then. And we
Yeah,
can
I'll be
play-
buying the PC version to play online with you
Yeah,
guys.
play online. I don't think I'm gonna bother with online on the console, especially because the PS3 doesn't really have voice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I don't own either console, so I'll be waiting. This is actually one of the only 3 games now that I've actually wanted to have a console for this gen. Red Dead Redemption, Last of Us, and this. The only 3 games. And they're all like in the last year, too.
Red Dead Redemption's like 3 years old.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Is it really that old now?
Yeah, it came out in 2010.
I didn't play it until just last year.
You should get a cheap Xbox. They're so dang cheap now.
Yeah, get one of the white ones. Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah. I can't justify it. I mean, for the cost that I would put into an Xbox, I could get another GTX.
You could
680.
almost afford Battlefield 4 Premium Edition.
Yeah.
Oh snap! No, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's, review sites are just slobbering all over this game like they do over every single GTA game. So far, I feel a lot better about this one than I did about GTA 4. Like, I really like GTA 4.
The launch is smoother, and
the launch is definitely
it's a
smoother.
better first impression.
It definitely is. But the launch is smoother, and it feels better. Like GTA 4, it didn't feel quite as special as San Andreas did when I first played that. But this definitely, it feels like if the missions are good, this will be the best Grand Theft Auto game ever. And the missions so far seem like they're really good. The characters are still a little bit of caricatures, like they've always have been, and that's always annoyed me about GTA. Is like, I think if they were just serious, they could actually do a really good job, like they did in Red Dead Redemption. But they don't always do a good job with that. But this one so far, I don't know. You've played more missions than we have, Joel. What do you think?
I love the characters in 4. I love how they were kind of off the wall and ridiculous.
But they were all ridiculous though. Like there wasn't anyone who was just like a nice person.
Yeah, no. Actually, did you ever play the DLC of Gay Tony?
Yeah.
That was actually probably one of my favorite ones.
It was pretty good, but it's still, I mean, I don't know. The guy you play as, whatever his name was, he was pretty good, but everyone else was kind of dumb still. I like the suppressed P90 that you get.
Yeah, that was sweet. Did you play that, dude?
I have it, but I have not played it.
There was also the AA-12 with explosive rounds.
What?
Yeah.
You can shoot a car, like dent the car all the way in, like smash the side in.
That sounds awesome.
Pretty fun. But
I think GTA 4 was more of a technical achievement versus like a amazing, spectacular game.
I agree with that.
Story was good. Like I played the whole thing, beat it, enjoyed it, but there wasn't a lot of depth to it. It didn't have a lot of character. This has more character, I think, off the bat than GTA 4 did.
It does, and in this they've reintroduced a lot of the stuff that San Andreas had, like all the customization options and everything. Like San Andreas was so deep, and GTA 4 actually got rid of a lot of that depth. I'm not sure why. Probably for technical reasons, like just trying to get it onto the new consoles.
Yeah.
So but yeah, this is definitely. I don't know if this is the San Andreas to the last generation's. I don't know if this is comparable. Like last generation, think of the PS2 had GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, which was like massive leaps between them.
Yeah,
so,
wow. I hadn't thought about it like that.
I don't know if this is as massive of a leap, but
yeah, but it'd be interesting to see both games running side by side.
Like San Andreas and this.
No. GTA 4.
GTA 4. I'm sure someone will stitch that together online by now.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I don't think they're really comparable, if for no other reason than the city. This city is so much better than Liberty City so far. So Los Santos is just way more enjoyable.
Well, I think that as far as detail goes, it's basically the same amount of micro detail, like the poles and the trash.
No, I don't think so. I think this is way more.
It may be a little bit more, but it's not that big of a difference. It's mainly the lighting has greatly improved.
Mm-hmm. Well, and lighting makes a huge difference in it. Like, it's hard to appreciate how much better lighting makes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just in Arma, the models in Arma 3 aren't that much better than Arma 2 in quite a few instances.
Some of them are quite a leap forward from the Operation Flashpoint models that have been reused for 10 years.
But the guy I punched out.
Yeah, Joel is currently playing in the background. So.
You guys can't see.
Is your bike leaking gas?
Oh, it is.
Yes.
That seems safe.
I think
punch it. Give it the people's fist.
I'm kicking my own bike.
There's fuel all over the sidewalk. That's awesome.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, that's our first impressions of GTA 5 so far. Everything is excellent. Does anyone have anything else to chip in before we kick it back over to the guys?
And don't you guys judge us for how we spend our vacation.
Oh, yeah. And the reason, we've probably already told you by this point, but the reason that Dave and Joel aren't on the podcast this week is they're still on vacation. I had to come back because I'm employed.
Because you're a sucker.
But yeah,
just get that government money. That's how real Americans do it.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you later.
See you guys
later.